everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to the author tag, author goals tag, something like that. It'll be the title of this video. I was tagged just the other day by Sarah from the channel Author Sarah Sutton here on YouTube. Go check her out. Her video will be down in the down bar. She tagged me to do this video, which is basically just chatting through some of your big author goals. When I was watching her video, she tagged me right at the beginning, so I was like, okay, I need to sit down and I need to write down my goals, because if I don't, I will be sitting here just humming and hawing the whole time, not really knowing what I want to talk about. So I ended up writing down all my goals in my bullet journal. I'm not going to tag anybody in particular because I'm not like in contact with a lot of author tubers other than Sarah herself. So if you watch this and you want to do it, do it. You've done been tagged. Let's just get into this. The first goal, which is probably a lot of people's goals just in general, is to publish a book. And I have it in parentheses as tradpub, so like traditional publishing. So I would like to do that. I would like to publish a book traditionally. And that's like the most basic of author goals, but like that's number one, to publish a book traditionally. That would be, I don't know, pretty damn great. But that also leads into number two and number three. But number two is to be published by one of the big 5 publishers, just because I kind of want to. It would be really cool to be published by one of the big 5. That would be insanity. Even if it was one of the imprints off of the big 5, that works too. That works too. And number 3 is to be a hybrid author. So not only do I want to publish traditionally, I would like to also dabble in the self-publishing world. I don't know for what projects specifically I'll end up doing self-publishing, but it's going to be an option in my head now, which is a huge change from the last time I really thought about what I wanted to be as an author. Because when I was younger, there was a whole stigma around self-publishing, like it wasn't a legitimate publishing, you know, like you were just like, you couldn't get a publishing deal, so you went the sub-publishing route, which is such a lie. That is such a lie, and I don't know how that got into my head, but it did. And up until like this past year, I didn't want to self-publish because I'm in the AuthorTube community and I see so many people successfully self-publishing their work, and it's rarely, it is a very legitimate way of publishing your stuff. I have changed my mind, which is a good thing, because self-publishing, I don't know why I ever had that in my head, but yes, anyways, mini rant aside, I would like to be a hybrid author. So not only publish traditionally and try and do that, but with some of my works publish self-publishing. I think the one work of mine that I'm going to try and self-publish is a romance novella coming up later this year that I want to write, and potentially Project Dark. Project Dark is my baby. It's been in the works for like 5 years now and will be in the works for many, many more, because it's going to be a trilogy. And when I first started writing it, it was going to be like a 5-book series. It's not. The trilogy sounds better in my head and it works better. So with Project Dark, once I have the first one pretty well finalized, I'm going to start drafting the second and the third so that I have the full story arc in front of me and I can edit it like that. I am going to then try publishing it traditionally, just to see if I can publish it traditionally with getting an agent and bringing it to publishers and stuff like that. If that doesn't work out with Project Dark, I would not be mad about self-publishing it if I feel like I want it even in the limelight, because that project right now in my heart is kind of wishy-washy that I even want anybody to have access to it. We shall see how that ends up, if I end up like dropping it for many, many years just to like leave it and work on other stuff. Who knows? And my middle grade series as well, I would like to traditionally publish. That is the goal with that one. Goal number 4 is to meet a reader. And not people that I already know having read my books, but to one day just kind of meet a reader. Meet someone who's read my book and has been affected by my book. And that kind of goes into goal number 5, which is to have / go to a author event, a book event as an author myself. So either BookCon as an author, not as a booktuber, but BookCon as an author, have a book signing, or just be like on a panel of some kind as an author would be wild, because I feel like that's also a way to meet readers, but it's just to also be included in that experience would be so cool. Number 6 is kind of one that's just been in my heart for so long, and it's to see my book in my bookstore. Go in, see my book either on the shelves or on display as like one of the new releases. Would be so wild, you guys. I would lose my mind. I guarantee would start crying in the middle of the store and everyone would look at me funny, but then I would be like, that's my book, I done wrote that, like, you know. Oh, that would be so cool to see my book actually on shelves. I know a lot of people find it really fun to see their books in like airport bookstores, which, yes, any bookstore, to see my book in any bookstore would be wild. Walmart, Target, anything. But like to actually see it on my bookstore shelves on display or something would be so cool. Oh my god, that'd be so wild. Goal number 7 is to be able to write full-time. This has always been my career goal. Not a dream, a goal. I should have prefaced that at the beginning of this video. These are not dreams of mine, these are goals of mine. And I like to define them like that because dreams are like big what ifs to me. Like big what ifs, becoming a New York Times #1 bestseller, selling movie deals and stuff like that with my books, and just becoming like a prolific author. Big author dreams would be that one. Goals are something that I actually can feasibly see happening many, many, many years from now, but like eventually, you know? So yeah, writing full-time and being able to just like not have another job, be able to sustain myself with my own writing would be wildly cool. I would eventually like to make writing my job, and that's my only job, but that for me is way down the line because I also really like having other things to do. I like going into the office. I like having coworkers. I like doing something that I love doing, like editing, but it has nothing to do with the creative side of writing. Like my editing that I do is for like articles and sciencey stuff. And you know, that's a complete 180 from the creative aspect of writing for me. So it's nice to have those two outlets. But eventually, one day, goal number 8 is to attend a writer's retreat with other author tubers, or just a writer's retreat in general, once the world is no longer riddled with COVID and we're not, like, we can actually travel and stuff. I would love to be able to attend a weekend writer's retreat or a week writer's retreat. I think that would be so cool because not only do you get to go away and write for a while and that's all you're doing is writing at this retreat with a bunch of other people, you get to meet other people, you get to see other authors in their writing zone, and you get to pick their brains about what their processes is and all that kind of stuff. So that would be really, really cool. As a side note, AuthorTube people would be amazing to do that with. People that I know and people that I know of would be very cool to attend a writer's retreat with. And that would just, yeah, that'd be really cool. That would be really cool. So like maybe once COVID is eviscerated from the world and we are sort of going back to a normal, not the normal, but a normal of some kind, and we can travel again, I would love to be able to see if I could attend one. Goal number 9 is to publish books in more than just one genre and more than just one age bracket. So this is me saying I want to publish in middle grade, I want to publish in YA, and I want to publish in adult for age brackets. All of them. within those genres, I would like to do romance for adults and fantasy and potentially contemporary. But yeah, just to be a well-rounded author. I don't know if I would do pen names for any of those different subjects, because I know that's what a lot of people do. They have different pen names for their different genres that they do, which is kind of cool. And it's an idea for sure that I have in the back of my mind, that if I want to have like a more romancy sounding one, if and when I ever publish romance books, that would be kind of cool. And then have like my own name as my standard YA writing one. Just, you know, that kind of stuff. One day we shall find out. Number 10 is bordering on the dream side of things, but is also a goal of mine. And it is to have one of my favorite authors read or blurb my book. Like, how wild would that be? To know that somebody you've read their works of, somebody that you've loved, somebody who you like just admire so much, having read your book and then blurbed it. Like, that would be so cool. This video is just me like freaking out on the inside about these things. But yes, so that one is more on the dream end, because there's not really anything in my power that I can do to get there other than to write the books and hopefully one day be published traditionally and somehow get the book into somebody's hands. Like, it could really be anybody. Like, literally any of the authors that I read, if they then read my book and blurbed it, wild. Wild, that'd be so cool. And the last one, goal number 11, is one that has always been one of my goals and one of my dreams, but most definitely one of my goals now, is to have my writing, my books, is to have that inspire somebody else to follow their dreams. Whatever that is. It would be exceptionally cool to have somebody be inspired to write after reading my books, because like we all have those books that we've read in our like past that we go, wow, like this is what inspired me to write. Seeing other people, seeing other authors become authors and see their dreams made, that inspires me so much to write. It's wild. Like, authors that inspire me, Sabaa Tahir, V.E. Schwab, we've got like, all the names are blanking in my brain right now, but like literally anyone. They just inspire me so much. People who are following their dreams inspire me so much to follow my own. And that's wild. Like, even Sarah, when I read her first book, What Are Friends For, I was just sitting and I was like, look at her, she done did it, she followed her dreams, and that's just so inspiring to me. So if one day I could be in that spot where I inspired somebody else to follow their dreams, my life would be made. My life would actually be made. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be so cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below a couple of your goals and whatever you're doing, if it's reading goals, if it's project goals, work goals, career goals, or writing goals even. Let me know down below what your number one is, because I find it so inspiring hearing about other people's goals. Like, I asked this on Instagram the other day and a few people answered and they're just like, oh, like my goal for the week is to plot out the first book in my 12th book long series, which I was like, when I read that, I was like, oh my god, 12 books long? Good luck. That's insane. And I'm just like, oh, it's so cool. And then my friend was like, my goal is to move to Ontario, because she's moving on Friday to Ontario, which makes me very sad. But just like goals like that makes me so happy that people are doing stuff, you know? Even in a pandemic, even in a terrible time, people are dreaming, people are doing stuff. Even if you're just sitting in your room, in your pajamas, you're still doing stuff. Like, you're still out here living, and I think that's pretty great. So thank you so much, Sarah, for tagging me in this video. This has been a great little chat. I really enjoyed this. If any of you want to do this video, feel free. Let me know that you've done it because I love watching these videos. Tag me in them on Twitter, on Instagram, and I will see them and I will watch them. So please, please, please let me know if you do them. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps my channel out. Join my little corner of YouTube. I put up videos twice a week. On Tuesdays I have vlogs and on Fridays I have main channel videos, and I do both reading and writing stuff. So it's a good time here on my channel. It's a good time. Alright guys, I will catch you in another video soon. Stay kind and keep on writing. Ow! You silly. You gonna let me film this video, or are you just gonna be like this the whole time? Okay, kisses? Thank you.